Grade 8. Good morning. Only Manav has shown me any work about the role of hormones in insects or humans. I assume the rest of you did not find it necessary to show me the work since you are already experts. So I'm moving on. 10.9, page 120, reproductive health. The physical and mental well-being is regarded as an individual's health. We need to have a balanced diet, hygiene, and have enough physical exercise during adolescence, during your growing years, where you are right now, all of you. This becomes more important because the body is growing. Reproductive health is also, we might argue, nature is very interested in this, because it is no use, as far as nature sees it, if we cannot produce more of our own kind. We have, from the point of view of nature and a species, we are failing. So reproductive health is very important. It keeps the species going. We are in no danger right now of extinction unless through stupidity, but the design of the human body focuses a lot on the ability of the adult human to reproduce its own kind. What do you need to do now to become healthy? Well, you need to eat good food, regardless of the fact that you crave, where does it say? Chips and packed snacks and kurkure are very delicious, but you should not eat these. You should have good nutrition. And by now you know what this is: vegetables, milk, pulses, that's dals, proper food, real food that comes from plants and animals and not from a factory or a chemical shop. These things are also bad for you because they increase the production of oil on your skin, and that will cause more skin problems. Personal hygiene is next. You should now, you are no longer a child who can get away with bathing once in 2 days. Because your sweat glands have become active, you must bathe regularly to not, here it says, not just that your body will be smelly, but you'll clog them up and cause infections. Yes, there it is. Girls should take extra care during their menstrual cycle, also called the period. We are now lucky, we have enough running water, we have sanitary napkins. In times before, we had to get water, and you all know this, from springs and rivers, and we had to use cloth, but now things have become a little more convenient for us. Physical exercise, you all know this, you want to build muscles, you want to stay fit, you need to keep moving. And that's what it says, you should exercise. What should you also do? You should say no to drugs. I know that our neighborhoods are full of people who are addicted to tobacco and alcohol. Adolescence is a time when, here it says, your mind, even though it's developing, could get easily confused. You have a lot of mood swings because your hormones are going up and down. Now, alcohol and tobacco are drugs that make you feel good. Your brain becomes addicted to this feeling. A far healthier option is to try exercise, music, or dancing. That gives you the same feeling, but it is healthier for you. You must be careful about not starting. You have your whole life to get into bad habits. I promise you, there are plenty of opportunities. If you start now, it will be just tougher to get rid of those habits. You should also sleep on time if you want to look beautiful. And I know all of you are very, very worried about how you look. That's part of reproductive health. Now, there's also be careful of diseases being passed by syringes and so on. Some of the serious ones are HIV/AIDS. Then there's a little brown box on myths, taboos, do's and don'ts. There are a lot of myths. I have not heard these myself, but you may look through them. How a girl becomes pregnant, you know now because you've studied reproduction. It has nothing to do with looking. The mother is not responsible for the gender. You studied that too. A girl should not be allowed to work in the kitchen during menstruation. We do that, especially for women here, but that again comes from a time when we did not have the hygiene that we have now. With this, we are at the end of this chapter. That does not mean that I believe you have understood all these words or all the questions that you may have about adolescence have been answered. I am happy, now that this chapter is over, to give you a period, this period, to present your questions in class. I'm sure you have a lot of them. I know I did. And this is a science class. It's a good place to get some answers. So go ahead and go over this chapter, and anything else that comes up, please ask me. I'm waiting.